Hi, I'm Allie, and I'll be your instructor for this accelerated summer version of the history of television. This will be an asynchronous online course with no meeting times. And before I jump too much into the class itself, I just want to introduce myself to y'all. And like I said, my name is Allie. My pronouns are either she or they, and I don't really prefer one over the other. Um, in addition to that, I do teach. I'm a college instructor, but I also teach younger students, and I work as a teaching artist in both the visual arts as well as the circus arts. I'm a juggler and I'm a performer as well. And I also work at the My Arts building, which I'm actually standing at here in downtown Madison. You can see sunset starting to happen, and it's a beautiful night. And I do live in Madison, so I'm rarely on the campus of Columbia College. I did attend graduate school, and I received my MFA in Interdisciplinary Arts and Media from Columbia in 2008, and I really missed the city. I loved it, and I really enjoyed living and working there. I also used to work at the MCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, as an art installer, and I still have a lot of friends down in the city. It's been a real joy to get to continue to teach in the online version of this class as I moved back to Madison, to my hometown. So that's been really exciting. And in addition to teaching and working with youth, I work here at the My Arts building, and I am about to start school again. I'm about to become a graduate student for art therapy at a small college here in Madison, and I would really like to take some of my experience working with youth and with undergrads into that realm where maybe I can help people out who are having some mental health struggles. So that's just a little bit about me. And I did mention that this is an asynchronous online class, so that means there's no Zoom meetings, there's no required meetings of any sort. However, you should check into Canvas every couple of days, and you will need to complete coursework each week. This is the first time that this class has been taught in the summer session, so I've been revamping materials and getting things ready. There are 3 weeks up as you begin the semester, and I will always stay 2 weeks ahead of where you are as students. So you can work ahead a little bit, but you're not going to be able to complete everything self-paced. There are discussion forums, and each week you'll be required to make your own post about the topic that I have decided on in the forum. And in addition to that, you'll be expected to make comments on at least 2 of your classmates' posts as well. So Canvas is really where our course materials will be housed. There'll be screenings that are available on Canvas. You will sometimes bounce off of Canvas into other arenas. I will try to find as many on free sites as I'm able. You do have the expectation in this class to have access to both Netflix and Hulu, and if this is a problem, please contact me and we can come up with alternatives for screenings as well. In addition to that, I've actually printed out a couple of documents, and I wouldn't say that you need to print them, but be ready, be aware of these materials on our course Canvas page and really go over them. The first one is our course syllabus. This first week of class, this is really important to go over. There's also the schedule and due dates for assignments. I will never make them earlier than they are. They're already outlined here in our syllabus, and I will not be changing those dates on you. You can look at your own schedule and your plans for the summer and start planning accordingly. So in addition to our discussion forums on Canvas, each week there'll also be at least one other activity. The discussion forums are worth 10 points, and there'll be 10 additional points to earn each week on Canvas. Oftentimes this is just going to be a quick 10-point quiz. You'll have a chance to take these quizzes 2 times in case there's a technical difficulty, or if you find that you didn't do as well as you would have liked on the first time, you can look at your materials and take it again. And in addition to these 20 points available each week on Canvas, we also have 2 major assignments for the semester. And I really want you to get familiar with the assignment sheets that go with these assignments. They are already posted on Canvas and available for you. The first one is the oral history assignment. The oral history assignment is really the midterm assignment for this course, and it's a pretty fun assignment. You actually are going to sit down and interview two people. One will be between the ages of 18 and 35, and the other will be 40 and older. And you're going to talk to them, compile a list of questions, discuss it with them either individually, or you could have a group meeting, go out to dinner, etc. And this is a really fun way to kind of connect with people. I would recommend, if you have like a grandparent or an uncle or an aunt, perhaps your parents, that this might be a way that you get some insight, some new knowledge from people that you already know. And my grandfather passed away just a few months ago, but he was really a joy for me to talk about television with. He, of course, was much older than I am, and I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm like a child of the 1980s, and it was really great to kind of discuss some of this earlier television history we'll be studying in this class, and to hear about some of the characters of the early generation of TV, such as Milton Berle, and Sid Caesar was my grandpa's favorite. So hearing him talk about some of these characters that we study really made them a little bit more real to me, and I'm hoping that that same effect happens with you as you talk to people that you know about some of this history we're studying. So again, that's the oral history project. It's worth 60 points, and it'll be due week 4 of our class. So in addition to that, there's one other major assignment, and that is the final research project. Again, just familiarize yourself with these assignment guidelines. The sheets are posted on Canvas. That's towards the top of our course page with info for the course, and then I've also posted all of the assignment sheets with the assignments where you hand them in. So for the final research project, you're actually going to curate your own television fest. So this is kind of hoping it's a fun project that also allows you to do some of the research that is required for this course. So you're going to program 5 hours of television, and there's a lot more details here on the assignment sheet, but it's basically going to be around a theme that you pick. So some possible themes could be science fiction in television, women on TV, black women in sitcoms, African American experience on television, queer people on TV, things like that. So you could look at a specific genre, or you could look at a type of demographic and explore kind of historical questions and how this has been framed on television over the decades. Another thing you could do would be to do an in-depth analysis of a particular historical event. When you're doing your oral history assignment, one topic that often comes up, especially if you're talking to Gen Xers like myself, is the Challenger shuttle explosion, which happens in 1986. And that's a really prominent televisual memory that most people my age have. For the final research project, you could take an in-depth analysis at a specific historical event, such as the Challenger shuttle explosion or September 11th, 2001. You could even go back farther into history and look at things like in the 1950s, we're going to study the Red Scare, McCarthyism. You could look at how that impacted television. And then as you program the shows that you would like us to watch, either fictional programming or non-fictional programming is acceptable, you'll also be doing some research which requires a minimum of 2 sources. One must be academic, and there'll be a sources component of this project that will be due week 5. There'll be a proposal due week 3 where you just kind of brainstorm about this idea. And then the final research project itself will be due week 7. Now we do have 8 weeks in this course, and I will accept the final research paper until the very last day of class with no penalty for lateness. I have just found that having assignments due the week before the end of the semester really allows students who may have fallen behind a chance to still catch up before we're over. So the only other thing to really mention about this class here in the intro video is extra credit is available. Each week I will post ideas for extra credit, and there are some ways to get extra credit by writing an essay about screenings that I have as optional additional screenings. You could also not write your essay, but have a reflection for me, much like this intro video that I'm doing for you, where you pull out your iPad or your cell phone and you just tell me your thoughts verbally. Another way to do this would be to make a visual art project of some sort. Perhaps you are a TV major, but you miss painting and drawing. If you'd like to make a creation and then write a short artist statement about an aspect of television history, that's a way to earn points this summer, and it might let you delve into some art mediums that you haven't done in a while, which can always be fun. So again, my name's Allie. I'm really looking forward to this summer version. This is an accelerated class. All summer classes are. We're basically taking a 15-week class and kind of compiling it into 8. So we will be covering basically 2 weeks of materials each week. There will be a lot of reading. There will be a lot of work to do in this course. I'm hoping that we can really engage with it deeply, and then at the end of this you can have a fulfilling curatorial project with your research project where you make the film fest. If you have any questions, if anything comes up, the best way to get a hold of me is either messaging on Canvas or Columbia email. I will make sure to check both of those at least once a day during the summer session. If it's the weekend and I'm a little bit slower to get back to you, just realize it is the weekend, and so it could take like a day and a half, etc. But I'll try to always stay within that 24-hour window, because I know how rapidly we're all moving here in the summertime. And if you need help, let me know. If there's trouble in your life, if you're struggling with the course materials, if something comes up, please reach out. And I do realize how things can come up. I'm here to help you. I'm also here to help strategize if trouble does arise. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you during our summer session, and I'm hoping that this summer version of this class is a success. I've been working really hard on it, and you are all the trial group of students, so hoping it all goes well.